Good morning. My name is Jim Alexander. I'm from the Old High St Stephen's Church. The Advent reading this morning is taken from Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, reading from verses 11 to 31. And I'm reading from the New International Bible. From verse 11. For this is what the Sovereign Lord says. I myself will search for my sheep and look after them. As a shepherd looks after his scattered flock when he is with them, so will I look after my sheep. I will rescue them from all the places where they have scattered on a day of clouds and darkness. I will bring them out from the darkness and gather them from the countries, and I will bring them into their own land. I will pursue them on the mountains of Israel, in the ravines and in the settlements in the land. I will tend them in good pasture, and the mountain heights of Israel will be their grazing land. There they will lie down in good grazing land, and there they will feed in a rich pasture on the mountains of Israel. I myself will tend my sheep and make them lie down, declares the Sovereign Lord. I will search for the lost and bring back the strays. I will bind up the injured and strengthen the weak, but the sleek and the strong I will destroy. I will shepherd the flock with justice. As for you, my flock, this is what the Sovereign Lord says. I will judge between one sheep and another, and between rams and goats. Is it not enough for you to feed on the good pasture? Must you also trample the rest of your pasture with your feet? Is it not enough for you to drink clear water? Must you also muddy the rest with your feet? Must my flock feed on what you have trampled and drink what you have muddied with your feet? Therefore, this is what the Sovereign Lord says to them. See, I myself will judge between the fat sheep and the lean sheep, because you shove with flank and shoulder, butting all the weak sheep with your horns until you have driven them away. I will save my flock, and they will be no longer plundered. I will judge between one sheep and another. I will place over them one shepherd, my servant David, and he will tend them. He will tend them and be their shepherd. I, the Lord, will be their God, and my servant David will be the prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken. I will make a covenant of peace with them and rid the land of wild beasts, so that they will live in the desert and sleep in the forests safely. I will bless them and the places surrounding my hill. I will send down showers in season. There will be showers of blessing. The trees of the field will yield their fruit, and the ground will yield their crops. The people will be secure in their land. They will know that I am the Lord when I break the bars of their yoke and rescue them from the hands of those who enslaved them. They will no longer be plundered by the nations, nor will wild animals devour them. They will live in safety, and no one will make them afraid. I will provide them with a land renowned for its crops, and they will no longer be victims of famine in the land or bear the scorn of the nations. Then they will know that I, the Lord their God, am with them, and they, the house of Israel, are my people, declares the Sovereign Lord. You, my sheep, the sheep of my pasture, are people, and I am your God, declares the Sovereign Lord. Thanks be to God for that reading from his word. we were asked to recall some childhood memories or early memories of Christmas. One of my early memories of Christmas was our Christmas tree with live candles, the barley twist type of things, probably around 1950. Fast forward 10 years to my sixth form in school, when Post Office recruited Christmas posties from the secondary sixth forms. In retrospect, it seemed to be a very exciting prospect, even delivering parcels late into Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. Then, from the start of the decade towards the end, and in 1968, to the first manned mission to circle the moon, which took off in December the 21st, 1968. The fact that we were able to see the crew in the live broadcasts on board captured the world. For me, broadcasting on the night when they were approaching the lunar sunrise around Christmas morning, members of the crew read from Genesis narrative, from chapter 1, verses 1 to 10, in the King James Version. Bill Anders read from verses 1 to 4, Jim Lovell 5 to 8, and Frank Borman 9 and 10. With their added message, this good earth, this special planet. Those black and white images are a lasting visional legacy for me. These memories reflect now so much that has changed in looking back. Yet, much remains the same, continuing. At the time, in the background, there was the Vietnam War. The context not unlike the present day. The last two lines of verse 1 of that carol, The Little Town of Bethlehem, after all these years, still have the same evocation of fears and hope for me and the world. To quote, the hopes and fears of all the years I met with you tonight. Thank you.